Today I'm doing a delicious mozzarella chicken with potatoes in cream sauce. Right after this. Hello Garden Maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. So like I said, I am getting ready to prepare something I've never tried before, but I've seen it done and it looked delicious. It is mozzarella chicken with potatoes in a cream sauce. So does it sound good to you? So we'll go ahead and get started. You don't really need a whole lot for this recipe. Basically some chicken breasts. And you want to use the breasts because you need to cut them so that you get 2 breasts out of 1. And of course some potatoes, some seasonings, just make a cream sauce, and of course you need the cheese. So let's get started and I'll show you exactly how easy it is to make this. And of course the oven's going to do all the work. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is slice some potatoes. I already have some sliced from when I was dehydrating potatoes. I kept out 1 large bowl. Of course I did these in my slicer so they are perfectly proportioned. It's okay to do it by hand if you have to. You want to use at least 2 large potatoes. I'm going to be using my 9x12 casserole dish, so you definitely want enough potatoes to line that bottom of the casserole dish. So it's up to you. You want to use a little more potatoes, feel free. I probably have about 4 large potatoes I'm going to be using today. Okay, so I've put all my potatoes into this bowl. Like I said, they're just sliced potatoes. I don't really think it matters if you use sliced, diced. You just want anything but mashed. Because this is like double the batch, I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons each of paprika. Measurements do not have to be perfect. 2 teaspoons of garlic. I'm just using garlic powder. If you have dry garlic, that would work even better. You want 2 teaspoons of oregano, and again, give or take. Black pepper, and of course some salt. Again, 1 to 2 teaspoons. And you also want to drizzle it with a little bit of vegetable oil or olive oil. I use olive oil for everything. Not much, just a drizzle. And then we're going to give it a really good toss. Get all those herbs and seasonings mixed into the potatoes. And I have my 9x12 casserole dish. Not going to bother about spraying it or anything. We're just going to put our potatoes into the bottom of the dish. Go ahead and get them leveled out the best we can. It's about as even as I'm going to get it, I think. We're going to set this aside and then we're going to work on our chicken. So I have 4 chicken breasts. You need at least 3 of them. I'm going to be using 4. I didn't film it, but I took the breast and I laid them down, cut them in half. Well, I didn't do it. I actually got Tony to do it. He's going to eat it and he might as well contribute. So you cut them down, cut them in half width-wise so that you can open it up like a fillet. And you'll have 2 real thin chicken breasts out of the 1. I'm not confusing you, am I? I'm confusing myself. So I've taken 4 chicken breasts and turned them into 8. Now I'm going to beat them up a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to do this on my countertop. You want to take some plastic wrap, lay it onto the counter. The chicken breasts that have been already cut in half, put 2 of them on the counter. Take another piece of plastic wrap, put it over top to sandwich them in. Take your mallet. Don't use that end, you want the flat end. Gonna beat them up. That's pretty good, just like that. So we're gonna make them do this with all of our chicken. Just want to get them a little thinner, a little flatter, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So a lot of these, after I beat them, went in half, but that's okay. We'll just make 2 smaller ones instead of 1 large one. So in this bowl, I'm going to mix in 1 teaspoon. I'm going to use heaping teaspoons. This is marjoram. Again, you could use oregano. I'm using marjoram. And then you want a teaspoon of your dry garlic. I'm going to use the garlic powder again because I don't have dry garlic. A teaspoon of black pepper and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so now I'm going to take my chicken that we beat up. You want to lay it all out the best you can on. I'm just going to put it onto the cutting board. You want to take the seasonings that we just mixed up in the bowl and we're going to sprinkle it onto the chicken. Don't need a whole lot. And you want to season both sides. And to the chicken now, we're going to add mozzarella cheese. I just got the shreds. You want to put a little bit of mozzarella on here and a little bit of parsley. This is just dehydrated parsley. And now you want to take it. Let me turn it around. And we want to roll it up. Just like that. You want to take the chicken and put it on top of your potatoes. And I'm going to put these 2 together since it was 1 piece. And do the same thing with the rest of the chicken. Okay, so in the saucepan, I've put 3 tablespoons of butter, and now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. We want to make a little bit of a roux. I'm going to go ahead while it's doing this and add a little bit of salt and pepper. Just about a half a teaspoon of each. And now I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. And now I'm also going to add about a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. You don't want a lot, just a little bit. And we want to just cook this until it gets a little bit thick, because it's a cream sauce after all. So I had a little bit of clump on the bottom from the flour. No problem, just give it a whisk. And this is definitely thick enough now. It's starting to simmer. Go ahead and turn it off. And complete the dish. Okay, so I still have a little bit of the seasoning left that was in my bowl. I'm going to use it all. Just sprinkle it right over to the chicken. Make sure it's good and covered. I don't want to waste it. So the only thing we need to do with this now is take our cream sauce And we want to pour it over. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to take some more of the mozzarella cheese. Oh, good gravy, if it comes out of the bag. You just want to sprinkle it on top. Now for this part, if you didn't want to sprinkle it with mozzarella, you could use any cheese, cheddar, Colby Jack, but the mozzarella is, I think, going to just make it taste so good. But you definitely want it on top of the chicken. And of course, the amount is up to you. That looks good right there. So you bake this uncovered, 375 degrees for 40 minutes. In she goes. So there we have it, Garden Maters. It is completely done. It looks so good. I know the top on the chicken, the cheese got all nice and brown and crispy. I love it that way. I just love it that way. So, of course, I'm going to take me a little bit. That is so good. That is so good. I left it in for 45 minutes. My potatoes, some of them are still a little hard. So I guess I need another 5 minutes. I'm telling you, it's delicious. It's really so good. If you don't want to use the spice combination that I used in the recipe, feel free to make it your own. Like I always say, Garden Maters, make it your own. So I hope you give it a try. If so, please comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, it's a pleasure. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Love to have you as part of the community. Love to watch the Garden Maters grow. So until next time, I love y'all. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. There's a shmoo back there. I see you, shmoo. And now, I'm gonna beat him up. Every time. So now, I'm gonna beat him up. You're being bad.